Welcome to another episode of Casting Across Texas. Today is August the 30th, so we're one day away, I should say, from the start of September. So I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and do my favorite baits for September. Now, what I did is I went back, did a little bit of research on my FishBrain app, and then also looked at some of my past videos. And so I came up with the top three the baits that I'll be fishing, at least here at the beginning of September. I do have a trip to plan tomorrow, so I have all three of these already tied on. So the first one I'm going to start out with is going to be first thing in the morning, and I know a lot of people like to use these when you're first starting out in the morning, and that's going to be a top water. And in my case, it's going to be a Whopper Plopper. This is a Whopper Plopper 90, and I've actually had this lure for a pretty long time, probably about 7 years. This is the first real topwater bait I ever even used that I had success with, and so you can tell it has a lot of wear and tear on it. I'm going to have this tied on to I have a 6 foot 7 inch Fate Black medium power fast action rod, and then I have it on a medallion reel. This is a 6'4", I want to say. This is actually one of my oldest reels that I have. And then I have on here, as far as the line, I'm going to have 12-pound monofilament. Now, one thing you always want to keep in mind is anytime you're using top water, you're going to want to use either monofilament or braid. And the reason for that is because it does float, and that way you get the right action. It doesn't drag that lure down. The second thing I'll be using, oh, and by the way, I'll be using that usually over fairly shallow water, over the top of submerged grass, that type of thing. The next one I'll be using is when I want to go kind of a little bit deeper in the water column. Not real deep, but just below the surface. In this case, we're talking probably about 2 to 4 feet. And that's going to be one of my favorites. And you've probably seen videos. I think I did a tutorial video on this one. This is the Whopper Plopper again. This is actually the Hybrid Hunter Junior. This is my chartreuse. And again, this is going to be when you're going to want to be just below the surface. I've used this quite a bit when I see them chasing bait. When I see bait busting, I'll go ahead and throw this out there. I've actually had success doing that, throwing right over the top of bait balls where the bass are actually busting. Now, again, I use a medium power rod, and this is the case with all of my treble hook lures. I always like to use medium power fast action rods in my case. I know a lot of people also use moderate action as well, but you just get a better hookup with those treble action or treble hook lures. The last thing I'll be using, and this is later on in the morning, early afternoon, when the fish kind of start getting a little bit lazy, I'll switch to my all-time favorite, and that's going to be the drop shot. I don't have my setup here, but I did bring an example of one of the lures, soft plastics I'll have tied on. And this is a KVD Dream Shot. This one's in chartreuse. So I have that tied on. And again, the cool thing about the drop shot is that you can really vary the length. So if you want to go deep, go all the way to the bottom, you can do that, or you can keep it up shallow. And the way you do that is by changing the length of the leader on your drop shot. Again, I have a whole video dedicated to teaching how to fish the drop shot. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, these aren't obviously going to be the only ones I'll be fishing up in September, but these are kind of my top three that I thought would be a good point to start for my first favorite baits video. But again, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Be sure to leave comments, like the video, and also if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer questions. Anyway, that's it for now. You guys have a great day and tight lines. God bless.